Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I am super grateful to be here with you. Always feel blessed and appreciative. And welcome to your Sun Sign Love Connection readings for today. Today is May 7th, 2021. That was my father-in-law's birthday. May he rest in peace. Wonderful, wonderful man. A lot of Tauruses. We're in Taurus season. So happy birthday, all Tauruses, if you happen to be overseeing this Libra reading, which wouldn't surprise me. That is our featured sign for today. If you've been following me at all, I just want to thank you sincerely for being a part of my channel because, you know, I just love it. It's a small channel. I don't have many subscribers or anything. I just do this because I absolutely love to share the messages. Spirit's always been there for me and I want to just give back. I do every day because, you know, it lightens my life and I want to just connect with those like-minded people. So yeah, thank you for that. It means a lot. And I'm going to pick for this beautiful Libra featured sign for today, a highlighted that Spirit always likes to intervene with, I should say. Now this is, well, let's just pick it first and then I'll talk a little more. But what I will say is I do pick 3 specific category messages for this highlighted, and then I go on to read for every single Libra and all of their connections through even more beautiful, delicious oracle divinations. And you, I don't know that this happened last month. I could look up because I write everything down, but there was a time, I think in February, maybe it was March, and it was a lot of Libra and Aries. And then when it was Aries, I think Libra was the highlighted. And then when it was Libra featured, it was Aries highlighted. And that changed this month. And it's been Aries and Cancer. But you have Aries, Libra. I love Aries for you. I'm over the moon excited about readings I do with the connection of Libra and Aries. And there's a whole lot of you out there. Now, this is a general reading. And if it's not one of you, don't be surprised for the single Libras that might just pop in and happen to meet an Aries, because they are amazing and they are your polar opposite. So there's always kind of this pull. You know, it's not seen, but it's felt. Especially when they have the, well, I'll explain. Okay, I like to talk a little bit about each sign, why I know and believe and feel strongly that this is an amazing combination. You know, I keep it on the positive on my channel. And we all know we have to work through things. That's just reality. But this is a beautiful, very, very common connection that I see with friends and family that, you know, you have a big family, small family. There's always people in your family you kind of gravitate towards. These are the 2 that will always be hanging out. Certainly work relationships, partnerships, excellent for that. Well, Libra is the sign of air element. And that's about the mind, okay? That's the masculine duality when it comes to the mind. It's thought. Libras like to really put a lot of thought and energy into everything they do. They like to be fair. They are the scales. They like to balance everything, every thought, every move, strategizing, you know, being the mediator, if you will. Focusing on peace and justice and equality and in every aspect. Their relationships predominantly #1 to a Libra of all types. It's just what makes them tick. It's what really, you know, inspires them to work with others and to work out the differences and everything that come along with relationships. They're definitely open for compromise. They'll go out of their way a lot of times. And being a Libra myself, when it comes to relationships, there are times when I've actually even kind of, how do you word this? I lowered my standards for the fact that I had such love for another person. That's something you learn, and that is a huge lesson. That would be a codependent kind of relationship, which is a more shadowy side of Libra. Hey, we learn, we live our lives, we do what we can, and hopefully establish and reach a point where that's not really going to be the answer for the most fulfilling relationships, right? You want to come into any relationship feeling empowered and strong within yourself of who you are, you know? And if you want to be fair and all the things that Libra's traits tend to lean towards, so be it, and that's great. But don't ever diminish your light or change yourself for other people, right? That's never required in a really good, long-lasting relationship. From what I've studied and found out, because I study people all the time since I was 12, which is when I decided to do the whole compatibility Libra aspect, you know, or astrology aspect. So yeah, and then you're a cardinal sign, Libra. Cardinal signs in the zodiac, there are 3, and they represent the initiations, you know, the beginning, the pioneers of everything. They like to be doing things. They like to be community. They like to be social. They are socialites or whatever. They like to start things, lead things, help, you know, teach, guide, heal, whatever, all of the words you can think of in regards to, you know, being initiators or pioneers of something. That's, and besides, they represent the seasons, okay? And by the way, there are 4, not 3. So you have Aries, who's your highlighted connection today, who is actually also a cardinal, which is another reason why there's this just natural kind of energy that draws you to each other. You have that affinity to want to do things, to want to start. And my goodness, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. They represent the season of spring, the first season of the year, actually known as the first, you know, astrology starts in March during the season of Aries. So there's that. You're ruled by the planet Venus, Libra. You love beauty. You love to be around things that look good. You love to feel things that are soft and sensual. You know, you love to taste things that taste good. I have a sweet tooth that won't stop, have all my life. You appreciate all that. That's what the influence of the planet, the Venetian feminine planet of Venus does. And we are currently in the season of Taurus, which is all about Earth and all about being grounded, also ruled by Venus. So there's a real beautiful, calming kind of energy that I know I have been feeling, and I know a lot of people in general, because we all get to feel this wonderful energy when it's a specific sign's birthday with their personality traits and, you know, effects that they have on us. And yeah, there's that common beautiful thread with Venus, and I just feel this warmth and this calm, like I said, you know. I mean, Aries, when we were in Aries, which was the season just before Taurus now, it was just in March, that was fiery, man. That was like, whoo, I got this energy back. You know, we had just come out of winter. There was this like confusion in a way of what's going on this year, and things were kind of the same. I had thought they might have changed, you know, but regardless of all that, yeah, from Aries to Taurus, I mean, Taurus is rooting down and planting those seeds, boy, with the initiations and the beginning of the year and the ideas and the intentions and the heart drive and desires, you know, that love and Venus can, you know, bring into our lives. And so that's absolutely gorgeous. And however, having said that, we do have the season of Gemini approaching on May 20th. So it's not next week, but it's coming up. And that's going to change the vibes completely. And it works really well with you, Libra, because you're an air sign and so is Gemini. So anytime there's another air sign, you know, season we're going through, like we are now coming up with Gemini, or the fact that they have an eclipse next month, but first Sagittarius at the end of the month, and that we're going into retrograde at the end of the month for most, basically it starts the mid part of this month. You'll start to feel a little shadowy, you know, references towards the stalls or the change of plans, or, you know, the little frustrations about communication that aren't quite coming across right. I stumble even more in my words than I ever do. Oh, but I go through it. We all go through it. So you'll be noticing a difference, but right now, it feels good. It feels like there's time to just really take in and trust. Trust that you have the ability, Libra, any sign out there, to manifest and to grow your dreams into reality, to functional, feeling, you know, tangible, materialistic things that the earth elements tend to bring into our lives. And with the Aries, well, there's going to be that robust, you know, let's go have some fun. Let's go play. Let's go away for a little bit. Let's get into nature. Let's go into our gardens and let's just clip all the weeds out and metaphorically and otherwise. Let's plant the tomato seeds and all the herbs and all the things that come, around, and just let's be a team. Let's have love in our life. Let's open our hearts, right? Actually, the moon is in Pisces, and there's been a lot of romantic kind of energy. Now, I don't claim that my readings are specifically for romantic love, of course, no, but this is the time when I'm going to say it predominantly is. It's in the air, and so if you're single, beware, because you could very easily, just unexpectedly, with this new moon happening next week in Taurus with Venus, and yourself being Venus, Libra. I mean, I don't know. Or maybe you're going to meet this Aries that you haven't met yet, or you've been together for so long, you're going to just decide, let's get married. Let's start having children. Let's think about that, okay? I mean, phenomenal changes and beautiful changes, worthwhile long-term changes, which is what earth element like Taurus in this time really roots down, like I said, for long-term benefits and, fruits of your labor. Now, because Mars is the ruling planet of Aries, yeah, there's fire, there's kind of impulsiveness that kind of excites you in a lot of ways, Libra. That's why you hang out too. You can mellow that out. You can kind of work with each other. You're able to do that, You see the good in a lot of things, and you can be mellow about it. And you too, like I have an Aries moon. I have this fiery thing that comes out every so often. I'm like, whoa, what's that? Well, it happened literally like 3 times I can remember when I was younger. Oh, I got in trouble for it. Yeah, I didn't even know who I was or who was speaking, but it's there. So I'm not going to deny that, and if you have fire in your chart, Libra, you know what I'm talking about. But it's okay to get that, I don't know, it gives us that power, it makes us really feel like, yeah, I'm going to stand strong about what I feel. And Libras love peace, but they will fight for the right cause. They will definitely fight for the underdog. I know I do. I don't want injustice ever, and you got to fight for it. As uncomfortable as it is, because we do not like confrontation, right, Libra? It's not our thing, but sometimes you have to pick your battles and know what's right and stand for what you believe. And with Aquarius, with Jupiter in Aquarius, predominantly most of the year with the 2.5 month period, starting this month when it goes into Pisces. Also beautiful Jupiterian energy, very, very comfortable in Pisces. With Aquarius, Jupiter in Aquarius, and Saturn in Aquarius the entire rest of the year, it's very, very accommodating for you, okay? It works with you. It's not to say you won't have challenges. We all are going to have challenges. I certainly have. But it's going to be ones that can be worked out because it's about the mind and your thoughts, and you know that that's how you operate anyway. It's nothing new to you to want to articulate and to work through things and to speak your mind and to be truthful and to know that, you can stand in your power and feel good. And work on that and work on the relationships and better yourselves through communication. Communication is key in so many ways with relationships. So yeah, that's the kind of the deal with this highlighted right now. And if you don't know this Aries, or you're not even sure what that's about, it's just the influence you're feeling of the fireness, that had maybe even come from the new moon that was back in March, I believe. And it lasts for 6 months. You're still feeling really, really, powerful, and you're wanting to continue with this idea or this relationship, something new that's really, you're not going to let go of, and there's no quitting here. Neither of you are quitters, I'll tell you that much. So let's see what your 3 major categories have to say. The first is always the overall energy. I always say that, it's the catalyst that brought you to this. We're reading the, first half of the month. I invite you to come back for the mid-months because you want to see where this is progressing, right? And most of the time it goes from, it's amazing. I can't say, everyone's different, but I think it's important to check them both out. The first card it's perfect. Thank you, Spirit. Is for the 2 of you is the Justice card. And that's you, Libra. You're feeling strong. You're feeling empowered. You're feeling more balanced right now, like I said, with the grounded energy and the fact that we have, the ruling planet with Taurus being in Venus like yours. There's that beautiful, harmonious, kind of loving, you feel like there's magic in your heart. You feel like, yes, I was a little bit concerned. I wasn't sure if this was going to feel this way anymore, and it is. And it can continue to. So I like that a lot. If it has to do with some kind of a lawsuit or something legal, you know, there's always legal things. It doesn't mean you're in trouble, but it means there's something that has to do with, I don't know, even unemployment now, you know, something that you have to verify information, all that. It's going to come through, okay, when there's justice. Justice is served, and the reality is that that's how you choose to be anyway, Libra. So when you are right and you are authentic and true, that's what comes back to you, and that's something to always keep in mind. What you put out there is what you receive. You know, there is that law of reciprocity, that word that's always hard, but that I always really ask for in my relationships. It's really important. So I love that. That's beautiful. I feel really good about that. I feel like you're both, this Aries Libra connection is interested in being balanced and working together side by side, as opposed to, you know, the Aries can be leaders and they do like to be in charge, but I think this wonderful mind, you know, power energy between the two of you is able to work those things out and be flexible. And, you know, Aries is just really wanting to be a good leader, a good, you know, provider. They just want to do what they can, and they work super hard at it, and they won't stop, you know, and their heart has been captured, if you will. It's the real deal. They're in for good. They really are. They are independent signs, so it may take a while, but you're okay with that yourself, Libra. You're pretty independent as well. And friendships, starting as friendships, are always amazing, because that's what lasts, right? And the physicality kind of melts away in our lives, you know, obviously for reasons of age and such. There's that soul connection that matters the most. So I love that as a beginning. I mean, justice, you're all about that. That's so beautiful for you. And it's time, and you deserve it, and it's coming around for you. The second category is the possible blessings or obstacles. You have the High Priestess. And I love this because I didn't mention it, but as a Libra, we can be extremely intuitive, and we all can be. But I have really asked for my intuition to level up my entire life when I started getting the information and things that I would know about the voice, if you will, that would tell me something, and I'd be like, oh, okay. And it would come true, and I was super grateful. And then, of course, a lot of times when that hadn't happened, I would ask and say, please guide me and work with me as a co-creator, right? Because we're very responsible for many things in our life, but we are all together in this, and our higher power, our source, is there always, okay? And that's what it's saying, being very aware of your ability to understand and know within what is true, what is just for you. It was so confusing last year for me. I was really deeply touched by that. But before I get off the beaten path, this is the sign, a card that represents Pisces. And I was mentioning to you, the moon is in Pisces right now. The new moon is pretty obviously, you know, placed in this card. So I feel like some very strong intuitive hits will come to you for this new moon happening in Taurus. Taurus is another one of them that's extremely sensitive and very, very psychic and intuitive, you know, because Venus kind of brings in that magic too. But also, we have Jupiter, as I was saying, that's been in Aquarius, going into Pisces on the 13th, which is next week. Boom, okay? That's going to affect us all in amazing ways. And it's a healing energy. But more importantly, I would say, is Pisces is about our intuition, our knowing, our wisdom that we hold within. And well, Pisces has been around for many lifetimes. They just keep coming back and sharing more information, and they're very in tune with their energy and their, you know, their ability, their psychic powers, their gifts. I call them gifts. We all have it. And so magical stuff can happen, especially if you have any water planets or Pisces in particular. That's really being very clearly brought to me as something you need to know, okay? And it will have to do with justice, and it will have to do with your full and deep, pure intentions. And answers are coming. And check and write down dreams if you can. I always ask to remember them at night, and lately, since I've been doing that, I'm better at remembering them. But what also happens, and I'm sure you can relate to this, I'll be walking around or doing something completely, irrelevant, but boom, I start feeling this feeling, and it's my dream, and I'm like, okay, something's trying to tell me something. It's the finishing of our mind, our subconscious, that we don't do in waking life, or even our daydreams. Be very careful and be very cognizant of what is being brought to you in dream form, whether it be a wake dream, night dream, and just, if you can, write it down quickly or put it in your phone or something, because they're messages that are going to be very, very important to you. And a lot of people have done amazing things and had incredible businesses started or ideas that were beyond and ahead of everybody's time, right, through their dreams. So, a very important message for you. I would call that a blessing. Absolutely. The final category is always that of finances, and I do mean the actual tangible, energy of money, of course, but I also mean the wealth of anything that matters to you, like your health and your family and your relationships and your friends and your job, and all of them, my garden. It's all love. It's all powerful. And if I didn't say it again, I'll mention there's a healing energy that's coming through. If there is something happening in the physical, when you have Jupiter go into Pisces, things come up and you get answers, and you get the right people coming into your life to help you to heal that and change that. It's fated and destined a lot of times with Pisces too. They're the teachers, they're the creators, they're the phenomenally I don't know, just very, very creative and capable and manifestors. Gosh, yeah. So that's exciting. I feel really excited about that. Let's see what the financial message is for every single beautiful Libra and their Aries highlighted connection. Financial, you have the Two of Swords. There's that new moon again. You're kind of on the fence. You're at a crossroads. But the reality is that you take one sort of way, you've got the answer. It's pure, it's driven, it's air, it's a sword. It is you, Libra, once again, or Gemini, or Aquarius. Well, we have the predominance of the Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius. This whole year we've got Gemini going. Well, Mercury's been in Gemini for just, 3-4 days now, and will stay there for a long period of time in the retrograde I mentioned, through I think July or something, a way extended time, longer than usual. Our minds are going to be very active and almost too active, so we have to really kind of hone it in. We may have two choices, two beautiful opportunities. Just sit and be within yourself with this higher priestess kind of energy that you have. Listen to your gut. It will never, ever lead you astray, okay? This is a powerful card. And when it comes to money, there's always more than one way to receive money and to allow that abundance in and to think the consciousness of wealth, okay? It's all about that. That takes me to my beautiful Oracle of Money and the Law of Attraction by Abraham Hicks. I mean, they are such incredible divine divinities divinations that help us and are here to help us. And they work and speak channel through Esther Hicks. Something really powerful, and you'll know. Don't ever worry. Take the time to just relax and just know the justice will come there, and you have the power. And especially with Pisces going into, Jupiter going into Pisces for a good 2.5 months. It's magical. It's literally magical. You will be guided, absolutely. And things will work out in ways you wouldn't even imagine. And by the way, I've gotten to a point in my life, especially with different energies like now that are in here, in the collective right now for all of us, where I actually get excited. Like, how's it going to come through now? Because I know it is. I know fully well it is. And the days that I doubt it, I stop myself as quickly as possible, because they still come in as well. But I just think, wow, I wonder how it's going to do this time. It's so fun. It'll always happen. And it'll relieve you from a lot of the stress that I know I always put myself through as an air sign, and just too many thoughts. Oh my gosh, what if this and that? Who knows, right? Why burden ourselves? Love this reading for you, Libra. Absolutely love it. And Aries. So let's, as I say, top it or finish it off with the period or exclamation point and the beautiful rune that I have for every single highlighted reading now. And you have I love the Oracle of the Rune. They're amazing and very, very, very accurate when it comes to extra guidance and wisdom. And I feel like I literally just pulled this yesterday, but I could be wrong. Maybe the day before. This is the rune of number 3, Thurzaz. Thurzaz, okay? And this is the god's magical alphabet. Now, I'm going to set this on the second card, which is your higher power, high priest, who knows, and not just within, but without, you know, as above, so below. All the information is there. We can always take it in whenever we choose to. But 3 is beautiful. That's the beautiful, you know, holy triad. And it has a lot of significance, the number 3 in numerology. It's a beautiful, it's a number of growth and mastery and, you know, collaboration and help and, you know, co-creation. So let me go inside here and read to you what it says in the time frame, which has always been pretty right on. Thurzaz. Okay, first of all, the word associated with this particular rune is spine. So that might mean something to you specifically. It does tell me to be very aware of your posture, not to overdo, not to overlift, you know, bend your knees, all those one-on-one kind of things you learn. If you have to move, and a lot of people are moving, there's a lot of movement going on, a lot of transformation, and it's only going to, you know, multiply and grow with these eclipses that really just take us out of wherever we've been, like in an instant. They eclipse things out and bring things in, and it's just like, whoa, I know that was a thought for a moment, but here I am. It's not Kansas anymore. It's just phenomenal. But so being careful of your back, your spine, your bones comes to mind. But what the time frame is between July 30th and August 13th. I did just read this a couple days ago. And I want to say that that is during the period of Leo. So there's a lot of fire, and there's that Aries, right? There's that fire, and that's probably what else was being brought out and wanting to let you know you're going to have the energy. You're going to have the courage. You're going to have that strength. You're going to have that ego you need, that drive and that trust and belief in yourself with that Leo. I mean, that's all about that. They're ruled by the sun. That's the most magical, powerful times, and light and energy and all that, you know, and just believing and being happy and joyful in your process. So the words that come with this are enchantment, strategy, sound familiar, Libra? Fruitful projects, calculations, risk of weakening for those who break the rules. Now, you don't want to do that. I mean, this is just common knowledge with Saturn in you know, your taskmaster in Aquarius is about being real and honest and just and truthful and upfront, you know, I mean, almost detached and almost cold. You're so completely interested in cutting away anything that isn't legit or, you know, that isn't done in the proper way. And then you have good luck to be gathered before the unexpected dispels it. We don't want to think about that. We want to realize that good luck is always there, and our timing is everything, and our belief in the trust of everything is there. So that's a beautiful way to end this particular highlighted connection reading, and I'm excited and happy, and it feels very much about the mind, but it's this justice and the spiritual side of things that you're probably going to be going on some kind of a major spiritual journey in some ways that's going to really just give you all the answers, really, you know, because I mean, it's great to have the logical side of life, and that's not what this is about now. It's not going to be that. It's going to be quite the opposite, especially with retrogrades, when you just have to surrender and say, okay, it's not going to always go the way I want it. I don't need to have control. I do need to be flexible, and kind of sit back and enjoy it. You know, go over the things you're interested in. Make sure you're just making sure you're reviewing all that during that time, or resting and taking a getaway somewhere, you know, and taking it in and just saying, I trust it's going to be okay. And right now I'm going to take care of me, and I'm going to be happy. And I'll have the money to do it, because it'll always flow in. It just does. So that's gorgeous. And Libra, I'm going to finish with some of these oracles for you. This next oracle is the wisdom of the hidden truth, or realms, whichever you prefer. It's the realms. I call it Baron Reed, but it's gorgeous. They're beautifully illustrated. And oracles are there to guide us and inspire us, and to teach us, you know, and to remind us of things we already know, which is perk our interest again, and, you know, just show us the way, if you will. So this is for all the beautiful Libras and the Aries out there together, and all the signs. The Lady of Lightning, surprises, sometimes shock, total paradigm shift. Wow. See, that doesn't fully surprise me in any way, because those eclipses are here. And I mean, with the first one starting on the 26th of this month, May 26th, in Sagittarius, which is extremely beautiful energy for you. Fire and air working together, you know, blowing, and just, it's so wonderful. There's Aries, there's the Leo inference, you know, reference, I should say, with the rune, and then the Sagittarius, which is the higher learning, the travel, the education, the philosophical aspect of life, you know, the truth seeking. Oh my gosh. And 8 is 35, which equals an 8. It's 3 plus 5, and that's the most beautiful manifestation number there is. It's abundance, it's prosperity, in unlimited amounts, right? Let me read to you what it says from the book, though. And it's purple. Look at this gorgeous illustration. I hope it's not blurry. I've never really checked that out, but ooh, that's gorgeous. That is absolutely beautiful. I needed to hear that, because it's just spirit working with me like it always does, but it's just this incredible synchronistic aspect of how magic things are coming up, you know, and you can recognize it if you look and see. Everything in life is magical, really, when you think about it. Every moment, like, what are we doing? How could we possibly be surviving? When you look at the sky and just the, I don't know, just the, I look at it in awe. I do. And as an ally, the Lady of Lightning brings powerful forces of change into your life. She tells you to expect a sudden shift in your circumstances. Perhaps a situation you weren't anticipating arises and offers you the opportunity of a lifetime, or a series of aha moments culminates in a pivotal flash of insight, causing everything to change just like that. Maybe someone enters your life and pushes you to new heights. You may have a brilliant idea that hits you like lightning. Be prepared, change is imminent, and a total paradigm shift may be upon you. Don't resist the changes, as this kind of lightning isn't something you want to fight. Great things are happening when the Lady of Lightning appears, okay? I don't know, I just, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for me, I'm a Libra. I hope, I'm feeling it though. I'm kind of putting it out there, I'm not lying. I do that a lot. I know what I want. I don't have to have the exact way it goes about, but it's already, the stepping stones are happening. I can express them to you as they go along, but for now, I'll leave it at just saying that it can absolutely happen to every single one of us. And that's a beautiful feeling, because I need that right now. I hope you do too. I hope you're resonating instantly with this. I'm going to go on to your next oracle, which is what is a simple one. It's the Motivation Manifesto cards. And it's a simple phrase or expression or paragraph that's meant to uplift you and to motivate you and to remind you to think in those ways and to believe, and to never say I'll try, because that's that's all automatically putting a damper or you know, a possible doubt on the subject. To say I will, it's happening, you know, it's on. Just do it. Just believe it. So your perfect, wonderful message for you today is It's a longer one. Greatest belongs to those who have mastered the ability to focus relentlessly on their ambitions and act decisively toward them. I'll read it again. Greatness belongs to those who have mastered the ability to focus relentlessly on their ambitions and act decisively toward them. Now, as a Libra, we are notoriously known for being indecisive, and I must say, I don't 100% agree with that, because I am of the theory that we have a lot of different perspectives. We can see all sorts of different sides and viewpoints, and we look at that and we take the time to weigh that out with the balancing, right? Sure, it takes time, but it's not that we're indecisive. When we make up our mind, that's it. It's a done deal. I know it is for me. And secondly, I mean, maybe there are times like I'm in the store and I can't decide on what ice cream is. I mean, granted, that happens. They're silly things. But it is important nonetheless. With the Two of Swords, you know, we have 2 points of view at all times. Both are good. Both could be very lucrative under the financial. But no matter what, either one will work, okay? So not to fear about that, or any time actually. Fear does nothing but cause stress. So yeah, I don't even want to mention that word. But I love this for us. It's wonderful. And that's what I'm talking about. That's that incentive, you know? That's there to guide us in beautiful, loving ways. Last but not least, I would love to read you your super attractor. And if you have not subscribed to my channel and you're still watching this video, I would love greatly for you to subscribe or like or share. Push the notification bell, because I do load up at different times. As a massage therapist, I am working, and it's slow, but it's coming back. And I work in between. And I do readings at where I work as well. So, but yeah, that would be really very, very helpful and very supportive. Okay, and I appreciate it. Your final card. Oh, it's purple. I love purple. Still have a little bit of purple on today. Oh. Well, this is gorgeous. And it says, when I live and act from a place of spiritual alignment. Ooh, a lot of spiritual messages coming through today, huh, Libra? I can trust that everything is working out for me. Even if I don't know when or how it will happen. You got to trust. Got to believe. Because it will. It always has. All you have to do is sit and take a little inventory of where you are, and it doesn't matter what age or whatever. Just think about it. In your worst times, and you were just like, I can't see any out. I can't see any silver lining right now. But there always is one, because you wouldn't be here right now, nor would I. So I love that as a final card. I love that for you. I honestly have not picked this in a very, very long time. And it's gorgeous, and there's stars, and there's always dreams to believe in, and you know, and it's for you. So thank you for your time. I really appreciate you, and I hope you'll come back sometime, you know, because I'll be here for you. As long as my technology lets me, I'll be here. So until next time, take great care. Thank you, and bye for now.